For pro sports bettors and handicappers, 2017 NFL regular season was a big departure from the conventional scoring we're used to seeing. At the root of this is the ongoing implementation of the two-point conversion. Even though right now it's just a small aspect of the game, it only takes a few irregular scores to trigger a new trajectory, resulting in new landing spots and working with numbers we haven't worked with before. Historically, NFL has been scored in increments of 3 and 7. Yeah, a touchdown is really 6, and the point after kick makes it 7, but the kickers make the extra point more than 95% of the time. So for all intents and purposes, we're dealing with 3s and 7s, historically. This unique, rigid combination of numbers, 3 and 7, lends itself to forming the same general dozen or so scores, totals, and margins of victory. We have formed a relationship with these numbers over the years because they appear over and over. Historically, the most frequent totals or landing spots for NFL games regular season are in this order: 37, 41, 48, and 44. But in 2017, because of the influx of 6s and 8s that now replace many of the 7s, the disappearing 7s, in 2017, the most frequent totals were 40, 51, 37, 47, and 43. 40 and 43. We rarely have seen totals land on the 40 and 43. For totals bettors, you got to be up on this latest information because next year it might be even more dramatic as more teams implement the two-point conversion. What about individual team scores? Historically, the 7 most common scores of teams in order of frequency are 24, 17, 20, 10, 14, 27, and 28. But in 2017, the most frequent scores ended up being, in this order, 24, 20, 17, 23, 10, 27, and 16. Two numbers from the historic list, 14 and 28, are noticeably missing. They're factors of what number? 7, the disappearing 7s. Historically, 14 has been the 5th most frequent individual team score at 5.4% of all scores. But in 2017, it's the 15th most frequent at only 2.7% of all the final scores. That's half as many. 28, that's historically the 7th most frequent score at 4.6% of all team scores. But in 2017, it's not the 7th, it's the 23rd most frequent, and it comprises only 1.6% of all team scores. That's 1/3. We place so much emphasis on the number 7. We know that going from 6.5 to 7 or from 7 to 7.5 is a lot more significant than going from, say, 8 to 8.5. But 7s are becoming a lot less significant. This proves it. So, what replaced the 7s? 6s and 8s, depending on whether they make or miss the two-point conversion. But historically, there would have been a 7 there. This season, we also see the number 16 on the top 7 list of the most frequent scores. 16s used to be very rare in NFL. Also, you end up with 23 a lot. It's the 4th most frequent team score. The most common margins of victory historically have been in this order: 3, 7, 4, 6, 14, 10, and then 2, 11, and 17. In 2017, 3 is still the most common margin of victory, but the second most common is no longer 7. It's 6, and then 7, and then 10, and then 5, 20, 17, 8, and 16. And what number is most noticeably missing from the most common margins of victory? 14, which is a factor of what? 7, the disappearing 7s. Okay, for a complete breakdown and a detailed list of what we found analyzing the 2017 NFL regular season numbers, visit our website, professionalgambler.com. I'm JV Miller. Follow me on Twitter at JV Miller Sports. Thank you very much and good luck.